Hello everyone, welcome to you all. On behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I, Dr. Saurabh Kose, welcome you to all this on this online dialogue series by ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga, Punjab. As you know that ISF College of Pharmacy under the Aegis of Internal Quality Assurance Cell is organizing a non-stop online lecture series called Dialogue Series. Into this, various pharmaceutical scientists, eminent personalities are coming onto this platform and giving their talks. In this same context, today we have very dynamic personality of pharmaceutical field, Mr. Rajesh Vagh, CEO and founder of the famous Pharmatutor. So, welcome to you, sir. On behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I welcome you once again. Before taking much time, I would like to read out the bio sketch of Rajesh sir, and afterwards we will start the session. Vagh sir has completed his pharmacy graduation with final year distinction from Krupanidhi College of Pharmacy, Bengaluru in 2009. In early 2008, during his studies in third year B Pharm, he started an online portal that is www.pharmatutor.org with the aim of helping novice pharmacists and researchers. Rajesh Vagh is also pursuing diploma in journalism. Now, after a decade, Pharmatutor has visitors from more than 200 countries, including India, US, UK, UAE, Singapore, Malaysia, Pakistan, Germany, Canada, China, Russia, etc. With more than 14 million of page views per year, it has more than 1.55 lakhs of daily email subscribers. Probably the first Indian pharmacist who has been invited as a speaker in the reputed TEDx event at Hyderabad. Mr. Rajesh Vagh is given eminent Pharma Portal Award issued by Tamil Nadu All Registered Pharmacist Welfare Association in the year 2022. Mr. Rajesh Vagh has also received Outstanding Contributors and Dedication Award issued by Indian Pharma Education Society in the year 2021. Mr. Vagh has received the Best Pharma Associates from Sri Balaji Book Distribution, Delhi on World Pharmacist Day 2020. He has received Career Pioneer Award from Nirali Prakashan in the year 2019. Pharma Tutor has received award as Best Pharma Career Portal, and its founder, Mr. Rajesh Vagh, honored with Eminent Pharmacist Award in an event on World Pharmacist Day, 25th September 2018 at ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga, Punjab, India. Mr. Rajesh Vagh received Best Amenity Portal in an event hosted by Indian Pharmaceutical Association, IP Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, at Raipur. Mr. Rajesh Vagh has received an honorary award from Member of Parliament Shri C.R. Patil for online pharmacy work at an event in Surat, Gujarat. If we talk, it will go whole day. So without taking much time, I would like to invite Rajesh sir. So sir, please come. All stage is yours, and please share knowledge among all audience. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for inviting for this particular talk. The ISFCP, ISF College of Pharmacy is doing amazing work, and definitely you are also, along with the team of ISF, you people are doing very wonderful work in the field of pharmacy with the very highest class of education which you are providing, and it is like a great help to the pharma fraternity when we as a pharmacist come up with such wonderful events which gives information to fellow pharmacists. And we particularly we as a pharma tutor, we always there whenever such events are organized, we are always there to support and to share whatever we learn, whatever we know with the fellow pharmacists. So without delaying much for today's talk, so today's talk is uh, something different. Just like what we have a convenient topics, it's something which currently Indian pharmaceutical sector is moving towards. So it's something towards the regulation. Just I'm just sharing this slide for that. Just just a minute. So I think you're able to see it, right, sir? Just confirm it once.
Yes, sir. Visible, audible, both.
Okay. So this is today's topic of discussion is India's pharma regulatory conundrum. Means how Indian pharmaceutical industry is working right now and which are the regulatory hurdles that we are facing. So, as we all know that India is moving very fast towards becoming third largest economy in the world. Our Prime Minister is seeing the dream, and we all are seeing that particular dream that once we will cross 3.5 trillion or more than that, means 5 or 6 trillion economy will be by 2026 or 2028. So this is for that particular journey. In that particular journey, we pharmacists require a particular contribution to from our sides. So right now India is having some of the hurdles in regulatory environment, and how India is dealing with that. So that is what we are going to discuss in this particular talk. So I have created this particular talk in three different parts. So how regulation affected Indian pharmaceutical revenues, which we will see some case studies from history. Then we will see the current pharma regulatory conundrum, which is our topic. And then we will see some optimistic future that what we can do and what we are heading to and what we will do for this particular hurdles. Okay. So first is how regulation affected Indian pharmaceutical industry, in particular revenue terms. So when we will start from 1947 when our Indian pharmaceutical market was somewhere around 10 crore rupees, and Indian pharmaceutical market was completely dominated by Western MNCs that control between 80 to 90%. And also during that particular time, 99% of the pharmaceutical products were under patent, and these particular patents were foreign patents. Okay, so 99% of all pharmaceutical products under patent in India at that time were held by foreign companies. So the first reform which came in 1954, which is known as Pharmaceutical Inquiry Report Committee, which recommended that if any foreign firms wants to operate in India, they would have to start domestic manufacturing units. Means if they are starting their units in the country, so definitely the pricings of the medicines will go down, and it will also create employment in the country. So this was the basic reform, and we can say this is the first reform which came in this particular field. We all know that we already had in 1901 we already had a Bengal pharmaceutical chemicals and pharmaceutical company was there. During this period we also have some of the today's we can say our biggest pharmaceutical industry. They were also started operating particularly during this particular time. But we require something to tackle the monopoly of the foreign industries which were working in our country. And later the biggest reform which came in our country was the Patent Act. It was the first Patent Act of independent India that came into existence in 1970. Now just understand that in the time period between 1954 to 1970, in this particular year there were many reforms were come. Okay, so during that period the Iyengar committee was prepared by government, and they started working on process patent. So this first Patent Act was regarding process patent, and they submitted their report within 2 to 3 years. And in 1965 government passed a bill in parliament, and in 1970 the patent rules came in picture. Patents Act came in picture, and 1972 actually it again took 2 years for implementation of these particular rules. So this is how our system our Indian parliamentary system or the system of creating acts and rules work accordingly. So it took somewhere around 13 to 14 years for this particular act to come in enforcement. But once it came, it created a big, very big difference. What we are seeing today, that our pharmaceutical industry is known as the pharmacy of the world. So this act has something to do with that particular thing. So in 1973, the bulk drug market was estimated around 75 crores and pharmaceutical market was estimated around 370 crores. Now see, the API market was also booming in that particular time period. Okay, so 75 crore was the API market and pharmaceutical formulation market was somewhere around 370 crore. Now just understand that only 20% of the population during that particular time were have had the access of the modern medicines. Okay, so still there was a big market. Now if you see in 1947 and 1930s 1973, the difference between this 25 to 25 or 22 years, you can see the market from 10 crores it expand to 370 crores. If you see the how biggest difference it created in that particular time shift. Also, in 1952, the market share of foreign MNCs were 38%, which increased to 68% till 1970. Okay, but after that, after the enforcement of this patent act, the MNCs market declined to 50%, and till 2004 it further declined to 23% in comparison to domestic market. Now understand that when the domestic industries are growing, means ultimately we are creating revenues for our internal industries, and ultimately it grows our internal economy is grown because of that particular thing. Now because now if you are understanding that during this particular time after this patent act, the foreign industries are going out from the country, so the domestic industries are coming up in the market and they are trying to capture that particular market. Now also during this particular period, government has already started their prior, what we call the government run companies, means IDPL. Okay, Indian Drugs and Pharmaceutical Limited. There were 2 or 3 factories were there for this particular industry. Then definitely West Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical Limited was there. HAL was there, Hindustan Antibiotics Limited. So such government based industries were already there. And after 1991, when economic reform came in India, so that was very crucial timing. So after that, the government owned companies, they reduced their percentage in that, and they reduced their percentage to 51%. Another 49% goes into the public domain. So when that's what we discussed, that MNCs abandoned the Indian market and local firms rushed to fill that particular void. So India was self-sufficient for production of formulation and nearly self-sufficient in production of bulk drug during that particular time. So that are the numbers, that around 1970 there was more than 2,000 firms were there, and which increased to 20,000 in 2005 because ease of doing business. It was became very easy to set up a factory, particularly in this particular time. So this was the patent act. Then I had take another example of Jan Aushadhi scheme. So because of the patent act, it led us to the particular extent that Indian industry grew, in particular these 10 to 15 years of span. But after 95 again, India became WTO member and TRIPS agreement is came in picture. But India did some smart thing in that particular thing, that delayed the TRIPS signing for at least 5 to 10 years after WTO signed. In 2005, we signed the TRIPS agreement. So in that 10 years of time period, India concentrated on exports of the pharmaceuticals. So industry understand that once foreign companies are again coming up, again product patent is coming in the picture. So 20 years of product patents after this particular act. So they got a time to start exporting the pharmaceuticals, and CIPLA was very important in this particular milestone. They started anti-HIV medicines in USA first, and then this prominent market came in picture, and India started supplying generics in USA. And this is how we started to become pharmacy of the world. That's what they are saying today. So this is how the patent act was very important in this regard. Now again, another example is Jan Aushadhi scheme. So in 2008, government has starting this particular scheme, and till 2014, 18 Jan Aushadhi stores were operating in the country. And since before last 1 month, means till 13th June 2023, as per the recent government data, there are 9,512 Jan Aushadhi Kendras have already started. Now understand that how Jan Aushadhi schemes are important, because this scheme is patient centric scheme. Now understand, just by financial year 2021, sale of 665 crore was made by Jan Aushadhi stores, and it saved 4,000 crores from the pockets of general public. And same way, in the next financial year, it saved somewhere around 4,500 crore, and it will be going to grow, because Indian government is targeting more than 10,000 more than 10,000 of these particular stores. Now understand that this Jan Aushadhi scheme has a two-way of sword. Means, as an industry point of view, if you are thinking that because of Jan Aushadhi scheme, industry lost 4,500 crore, which are going to come in their pocket. Okay, but ultimately people got benefit of that. And each and every scheme for any country, government are creating each and every scheme. So these schemes are only for the local people. So this is again another example. Also DPCO is there, the regulatory example, that it led to control the pricings of the medicine. Now again, because of the DPCO, many medicines which are under their patent life, the company do not come with that particular medicine in India. They do not launch that medicine in the country. The reason is, we have certain rules. If certain medicine under the DPCO, if certain medicines are life-saving and important, then government has rights to take that particular medicine in DPCO. And if once medicines comes under DPCO Act, okay, DPCO rules laid upon them, and the pricings of that particular medicine are declined, even if those medicines have patent. Okay, so this is again another example for regulation. Now let's understand why we discuss about those examples prior. So whatever current scenarios are there, to understand, to have that particular mindset, to understand that in which direction we are going, and how government's rules and regulation will going to impact industry in future after 10 or 15 years. Okay, and because, see, understand that all the things are correlated. Even pharmaceutical colleges, pharmaceutical industries, and people, all these things are interconnected when it comes to the revenue. Because if industry grows, the definitely institutes will grow because of that. Because industry grows, we require more people to join these particular industries. So for that we require more pharmacists, and we require more colleges to come in picture. So all the things are interconnected with each other. So recently, this is a very important issue is going on, that cough syrup issues are going on right now. So all it started in October 2022, when Gambia found links between the death of 70 children from acute kidney injury And because of this happened because of the 4 cough syrups manufactured by Indian pharmaceutical company Maiden Pharma. Now, see, understand this company Maiden Pharma do not have permission to supply medicine in India in domestic market. They are only exporters. Okay, so maybe many of you had never heard the name of Maiden Pharma before this particular incident. Now, the Gambia had found in May or June that the childrens are getting this particular disease, and later they died of it, and then they informed WHO. WHO came in picture. Now see how international media using this particular thing against India. They are everywhere news are coming like that. Indian syrup means this children took Indian syrup and they died. But this is because of only one pharmaceutical company. Okay, in India, right now there are more than 10,500 pharmaceutical industries are there. More than 2,000 WHO approved industries are there. So very standard medicines are produced in India. But now when India is growing at certain levels, so something is happening, because see, everything is happening because other players are also waiting to capture the market. Now we'll also discuss about the other player in later part of the slide. So as a country, or as pharmacy of the world, we have to work on this particular issue, and we have to give guarantee to the world that we are working in a proper manner, and this is just a kind of incident that happened. But again, it happened in Uzbekistan in December 2022. Then in Marshall Islands, it happened in, I think, March 2023. And in Iran, yesterday, just one day before, Iran has also reported this cough syrup issue. Now, what is happening in this cough syrup? That they have higher amount of diethylene glycol or ethylene glycol, DEG. So because of this particular contamination, these things are happening. Now there are the chances that during the logistic, it can create these products are getting contaminated or something. There are the chances, but again, initially India said that when Gambia incident happened, and before Uzbekistan, I'm talking about before March, India had also went for this Maiden Pharma Haryana plan. They also find out that GMP problems were there, but they haven't took some kind of means they were not very kind of serious on this particular issue, I guess. But later when these things came, it alerted the our Indian regulators that something is happening. So what they did, because CDC, USA CDC also published a paper on this Gambia incident, that the death of the children happened because of this particular product. So initially CDSCO had given so cause notice to Maiden Pharma, and they stopped the manufacturing activities of this particular company. Then in March, the Marian Biotech, which was associated with Uzbekistan incident, they also stopped or suspended this particular company. An FIR also launched, and few people were get arrested. Then for this Marshall Island also, the company was QP Pharma. So for this particular industry also banned from manufacturing of these cough syrups. Apart from that, now CDSCO has also amended Drugs and Cosmetic Act because of these particular incidents happened. They created a special code for this particular, if any cases are registered, so special code is registered for fast action. They also created certain offenses are there, so there are non-bailable crime that can be counted as non-bailable crime. Then also, if any manufacturers wants to go for oral formulations, so now these regulators, central as well as state regulators, will inspect that particular industry prior they will start their operations. Then that industry also has to provide bioequivalent studies before before means the commencement of the products. So many steps are taken by CDSCO in this regard. Also, if any company wants to uh, go for the this cup syrup export, so they have to that batch will go to the government approved laboratories. They will check it, they will uh, quality assured it, and then only that particular product will go in the market for export purpose. So these different changes were rules were amended, and these different things were taken in place. But again, Indian pharmaceutical industry is now given some concern on this, because now this process is getting somewhat lengthy, and because of that, Chinese cough syrup makers are already there, who has a very faster process to capture the market. Now, this is again a very different scenarios is created because of this particular issue. Now, another problem, if we can see, is PLI scheme. It is not a problem, but now see, PLI scheme is product linked incentive scheme. Now, because of this scheme, definitely industry will going to have a benefit because of this particular scheme. After 10 or 15 years, we will see the outcome of this particular scheme. But as of now, we have not found that what we have expected from this particular scheme. Now, see, in COVID-19 period, we realized, not only we, the whole world realized that we are heavily dependent on APIs on Chinese firms. So if Chinese firms are not able to provide us APIs, or they have banned our country by any means, we will have a shortage on pharmaceutical products. Now world is looking for the what we say a partner, another companies, industries from another country other than Chinese country. Okay, so India has a chance to get this particular market. Now India is already in COVID-19 period itself. Indian government has given somewhere around 30,000 crore of package in two different parts. Initially, some 17,400 crores were allotted for this particular scheme, and later 15,000 crores were allotted for this particular scheme. So, if we can see the recent data from Commerce Ministry, that imports of 30 key medical devices have gone by 25 to 152% during April-December 2022 compared to years ago. And also recently, if you have seen the data, that the trade deficiency between China and India has grown since last 2-3 years. Okay. So, since last 9 years, Indian pharmaceutical industry has grown steadily by CAGR of 9.43%. By 2024, right now our pharmaceutical business is somewhere around $50 billion US dollar. By 1 year, we are expecting it growing by $65 billion US dollar, and by 2030, we are expecting $130 billion. This is what the prediction by Department of Pharmaceutical. Now these numbers are very strong, okay, but still this import deficiency deficient from China remains alarming high, because 90 to 100% of the some critical raw materials that are required for high selling medicines in our country, just as paracetamol, penicillin, ibuprofen. So these all medicines, the raw materials we are getting from China. Now again, see, everyone wants medicine in low cost, whichever country is there. Even US is also want medicine in low cost. Now the Chinese market right now, API market, they are increasing the prices for APIs. Again, in the local market, in domestic market where formulation are creating or developing, in local market also the price of the processes are also growing. Means salaries are growing, everything is growing. Okay, every bills and everything are growing, and people want medicine in lower cost. So again, it becomes difficult for industry to survive. Now, for that particular reason, we require our own API facilities to reach the demand, whichever demands are there. So we require our own pharmaceutical API firms. So this is what we discussed earlier, that already 55 applicants are selected, including 20 MSMEs, and 16,100, almost 16,200 crores are allotted, means for this particular uh, first phase of this particular PLI scheme. And in the PLI 2, which is again government has already declared this after 9 months after the launch of PLI 1, 15,000 crores are already allotted for this particular scheme. Again, see, API plants are growing in India. In coming future, after 10 to 15 years, you can able to see that Indian API industries are starting to capture market slowly. And the reason for that is PLI scheme. It will be there in the root of this particular reason for this particular industry growth is because of this particular PLI scheme. Now, quality of domestic medicine is again a very big issue, that few medicines are failing simple dissolution test. Now imagine if simple dissolution test, if any medicine is failing, so definitely it will going to affect bioavailability of that particular medicine in the body. Because of that, pharmacoefficacy is also affected. Okay, and also some medicines do not have the strength which is given in that particular box. Okay, so the CDSCO, every month CDSCO is declaring the alerts for the formulations which were failed. Okay, now again, think the procedure how CDSCO declaring this. They are collecting random samples from random industry, and out of that 4 to 6% of samples are failing every month. Since last many months we are seeing that particular thing. Okay, and if suppose 4 to 6% of samples are failing, means it is a very serious concern, because each batch contains tons of tablets and capsules. Now imagine if CDSCO is not able to, or drug regulators are not able to take samples by because of any reason, and that particular medicine is reaching in the market. Now, at what level it can create harm to the general population of the country? Because it is very important when we talk about quality medicines, and we talk about becoming pharmacy of the world, we also have to supply quality medicines to our own people, which is because if you are aware that US FDA approved plant are working in a different way, and our domestic plants for the same company are working in some different ways. So we require a quality medicine in domestic market also. And for that, government again took very serious action. Government took action against 70 companies in Himachal, 45 in Uttarakhand, and 23 in MP. Government cancelled license of 80 pharma companies for manufacturing of spurious drug. In May, again, 11 pharma firms in Himachal told to shut their operations. So government is working on this particular direction. Now, this is what we are talking about China. This is a very because Indian has a competition with Chinese firms in this generic market, because US market right now, generic market is somewhere around 85 billion US dollar, and it is expected to grow somewhere around 100 and 105 billion dollar in upcoming years, in 1 or 2 years. So right now our market is $50 billion. Okay, $50 billion, and out of that only we had capture out of this 85 to 100 billion dollar, we had capture around 25 to 30 billion dollar, because other business is our domestic business for our pharmaceutical market if we concern. So China has the capacity as well as political willpower to capture this particular market. Okay. So China is ready to capture market due to Indian flows. Now China had massively upgraded its pharma manufacturing practices, which involved in the display of solid practical political willpower as well as the commitment of the health regulators. Okay, so they are committed to this particular thing. Okay, and in 2017, China became part of ICH. Now, since then, China's Drug Registration Administration system had accelerated its integration with international policies. Now, by joining ICA, now understand that by joining ICA, the country needs to adopt global standards for drug manufacturing and upgrade its entire industry. Now, understand that definitely pharmaceutical industry is most regulated industry. In the industry, the shop floor, the instruments, every processes have SOPs, and we have to work accordingly, right? So to achieve that, China went on to shut down several pharma firms that failed to comply with the given rules and regulation within the stipulated deadline. China has given timeline to the particular industry, their domestic industry, and if those industries are not able to compile with the rules and regulation, they given them so cause notice, and the industries were closed down. Now, back in February 2020, our former DCGI has also announced that intention that India will also become a part of ICH, but so far nothing is happened in this regards. Also, in 2018, India was planning to join PICS. PICS means Pharmaceutical Inspection Cooperation Scheme. Now, this is again just like ICS. This is again means a scheme. If country is joining in that, means we are ensuring to the world that we are providing good quality medicines. Okay, by joining this particular scheme. Already EMA and other several regulatory bodies across the globe has joined this. However, this also remains the pending. Now, this is again something that India has to work on. So, if this is what we are discussing, that joining these conventions or schemes allows access to Indian medical products in many more countries, apart from enhancing the trust factor and reputation in global arena. Now, understand that why it is important, because now US market has some limited capacity for generics, and India is also trying to divert its business from US. Not divert means to concentrate on other markets also. Now, if you understand that some of the pharmaceutical companies has already invested in other sectors than pharmaceuticals. For example, Zydus has started its hospital chains. Okay, already in tier 1, 2 cities, Zydus is acquiring hospitals. Same way, Lupin and Torrent is there. They invested. Means they have diverse in laboratory fields. They go in this particular field. So now pharmaceutical industries are also thinking about increase the business, because ultimately everything as a company, when you are in the public domain, it comes to the profit, and you have to show profit from different means to your shareholders, your stockholders. So this is all happening right now. Also, the pricing pressures are there. Okay, recently, if you people are aware that many warning letters came in for our pharmaceutical industries. Also, in 2-3 months back, one US FDA was coming for the inspection in one very well-known industry, very big industry. So what that official did, he came 1 or 2 or some days before that particular date, and he parked his car outside the firm. So what he noted, 2 to 3 trucks of documents, means this much of documents are disposed from that particular industry and they try to hide things and everything that came in picture. So right now, USA is also tightening things on Indian pharmaceutical industry. So this is very crucial time for the industries right now. So this is what we can expect. There are many different what we say regulatory scenarios are going on right now. Okay, so these are the important things which I felt, and I try to cover them. Now, if you see the future scopes, that research based product, we have to work on research based products. Now, understand that our pharmaceutical market is $50 billion. Okay, now alone Pfizer's revenue is $100 billion. It's almost twice than our total pharmaceutical market. Okay, and total pharmaceutical market of the world is $1.5 trillion. Means it's $1,500 trillion, and we are only capturing right now $50 billion. So we have many things to cover. We have too many things to capture, but only research based product uh, will work on these things. Only working on generics, we did good. We already we reach at a very good milestone. Means we are right now, we are a biggest vaccine suppliers. We are biggest this generic suppliers. But now, if you want to grow as a market leader, we must have research based products. So we have to work on that. Now again, amendments of Drugs and Cosmetic Act. Now see, there are many flaws as per the recent what we say recent time period. We need to change many things in this particular act, and definitely government is working on this thing. Every year they are coming up with the new amendments. So I'm very much sure they know this thing, and they are going to work on that. But this is again something that we are looking forward to. Now the quality of medicine, this is what we discussed, that we have to provide quality of medicine to domestic and international market, because in recent this after 2022, in this 1.5 year, if you see, many of the products were recalled from the foreign markets. One of the product, this eye product, was there from very known pharmaceutical company of our country. It created very big problems in USA because it was contaminated with something, and because of that, at least 4 to 5 people has to lose the visa. Their eyeballs were had to remove because of that particular product. So we have to work on the quality of medicine. There is no two way in this particular road. We have to go in a single direction, that quality of medicine should be produced. Now, indigenous entrepreneurs should concentrate on patient-centric and long-term vision should be there. Means if some entrepreneurs are there which are working on certain things, but they have to think on the patient-centric and long-term vision should be there. Then only they will able to grow. Now, see, many AI-based startups are rocking in our country and growing very fastly. Okay, and right now, big uh, uh, in biotechnological fields and biopharmaceutical fields, if we are entrepreneurs are going in that particular direction, there are the chances to grow at very faster level. Then focus on developing world class APIs. That's what we discussed in PLI schemes topic, that we need to create world class APIs and excipients, because of the excipient impurities only these problems were created. That's what I think in this cup syrup and all. So we need to work on this particular thing also. Now open up industrial training activities. Now this is again very important, that uh, our industrial people has to go on in the training programs continuously, every year for 1 or 2 months or something like that, and they have to develop a certain skills. They have to understand the GMP processes, because the major problem that our industry are facing in is in the data integrity. and GMP processes. These are very basic things, I guess, if you see it theoretically. Okay, so this is the thing that we have to work on. And post COVID, we have seen the number of warning letters, proposals of warning letters has increased. So we have to also work on this particular thing. So with this, I think this is again become a part of ICH, and we have to think on this direction that government is. I think they are already working on it, I guess, and this is again something that we should focus on. And with this, I'm just completing this session. Okay, I hope that this session gave you some insight of pharma regulation and regulatory bodies, how they work and how they impact the current and future scenarios of pharmaceutical industry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very insightful talk. Really, you told about various dimensions, right, concerning from the past to present and future domains of the pharmaceutical industry. And this talk will be really helpful to all the peoples. So we have Mr. Junaid Tantre with us. We have one question, sir, to ask. So, sir, you can ask your question. You can open your mic.
Well, first of all, it was very wonderful session. It was a good insight. Although हम बाकी सब सेशंस होते हैं, बट वी आर नॉट गेटिंग इनसाइट्स अबाउट द करंट इंडस्ट्री सिनेरियो जो भी चल रहा होता है सर. तो मेरा एक सर गैम्बिया पे ही एक मेरा क्वेश्चन थे. जब न्यूज आई तो हमने भी थोड़ा बहुत लिखना चाहा, उस पर थोड़ा बहुत शॉर्ट स्टोरी लिखनी चाहिए, या जैसे कह सकते हैं केस स्टडी के तौर पे हमने देखा कि हम इसको लिखेंगे. बट सडनली WHO ने जब उसको जब WHO की तरफ से ऐसा अलर्ट आया तो इट वाज कंफर्म कि शायद इसी प्रोडक्ट की वजह से. बट रिसेंटली जब देखा जाए फिर उस टाइम कंपनी का जो उसकी जो डिटेल्स थी वो हटा दी गई, सारी चीजें, उनकी वेबसाइट हटी गई, सारी चीजें, बिकॉज वी रिसर्च एट दैट टाइम. बट सडनली आफ्टर 7-8 months या 4 months उसके बाद उन्होंने प्रेस रिलीज किया कि नो, इट वाज नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. सो इट समवेयर आई थिंक, जैसा मैंने सुना अभी, इट हैड सम व्हाट वी कॉल दैट, कि थोड़ा सा नाम खराब हुआ उससे. तो उसके बारे में सर आपका क्या अप्रोच है कि व्हाट शुड हैव बीन बी डन, और रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटीज जो इंडिया है, क्या they are doing exactly what they have to do or on the point?
देखिए, जो ये गाम्बिया में जो हुआ, तो इसको तो एक पॉइंट बना दिया गया इंटरनेशनली मीडिया में कि इंडियन फार्मास्यूटिकल का ही नाम आ रहा है कहीं पर भी मेडन फार्मास्यूटिकल्स का नाम नहीं चला इनिशियली भी, और बाद में भी कहीं पे भी टाइटल में आप देखेंगे ही नहीं मेडन फार्मास्यूटिकल्स का नाम. तो उसके वजह से इंडियन फार्मास्यूटिकल रेगुलेटर्स जो है उनको पिक्चर में आना पड़ा. नाउ देखिए, इनिशियली रेगुलेटर्स ने भी कहा कि प्रोडक्ट में कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना, लेकिन बाद में CDC का पेपर पब्लिश हुआ ना जब, तब ये उन लोगों ने अपने पेपर में उन्होंने रिसर्च और सारी चीजें उन्होंने दिखाई कि उन्होंने सारी चीजें स्टडी की. अब जब वो पेपर पब्लिश होता है तब वो कंफर्म हो जाती है इंटर साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी में कि भाई नहीं, ये चीज हुई है, ठीक है. तो एज अ रेगुलेटर आपको फिर इम्पैक्ट उसके ऊपर करना पड़ेगा, आपको उसके ऊपर वर्क करना पड़ेगा. तो तुरंत ही जितनी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज थी जो इस तरीके से इसमें आई थी स्पूरियस ड्रग्स के प्रॉब्लम्स में, तो रेगुलेटर्स तो अपना काम कर रहे हैं और उससे पॉजिटिव मैसेज गया है इंटरनेशनल मीडियाज में ही नहीं, लेकिन जो इंटरनेशनल रेगुलेटर्स जो है, जो बॉडीज है, उनके जो टॉप के जो लोग हैं वो भी यही कह रहे हैं कि भाई नहीं, जो प्रॉब्लम्स हुई है तो उसके ऊपर इंडिया ने स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लिया सबके ऊपर. तो एज अ रेगुलेटर वी हैव टू वर्क ऑन इट अभी कंटिन्यूअसली. अभी कल ईरान में आ गया, अभी तो जैसे जून में 1 जून को ये जाहिर हो गया था, ये पब्लिश हो गया था कि भाई 1 जून से जो भी मेडिसिन जाएगी यहाँ से तो वो रेगुलेटरी बॉडी के थ्रू ही जाएगी, मतलब हो जाएगी. तो अगर उसके थ्रू गई है तो फिर क्या हुआ और क्या नहीं हुआ तो उसका अभी आएगा, अभी उसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन चलेगा. और बीच में ये भी एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है कि कहीं किसी ने इस प्रोडक्ट को जानबूझ के तो कंटामिनेट नहीं किया है. देयर में भी चांसेस हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता, मे बी हमारा स्पेकुलेशन हो या एक सोच हो, लेकिन उसके ऊपर भी अभी चल रहा है. और गाम्बिया में क्या है कि जो भी गाम्बिया और इस टाइप की जो भी कंट्रीज है,
पॉवर्टी स्टेट्स, आई मीन,
यहाँ पर है ना, जो यहाँ से प्रोडक्ट जाती है तो तुरंत वो लोग चेक करते नहीं, वो सीधी मार्केट में चली जाती है। तो वो भी एक चीज थी कि भाई क्या हुआ है वो एग्जैक्ट तो बता नहीं सकते, लेकिन जो रिपोर्ट कह रही है वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट और उसके ऊपर हमें काम करना पड़ेगा।
Sir, last question. Sorry for taking your time. Ki, sir, what according to you is the golden period of pharma? Whether we are talking about academics or industry की बात करें, क्या पहले था कि whether it is coming और या चल रहा है sir?
नहीं देखो,
according to you sir,
ईयर बाय ईयर जो फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री और फार्मास्यूटिकल फ्रेटर्निटी का जो टाइम है ना वो ग्रो करते गया। इन बिटवीन 2011 से 15 के बीच में जब क्लिनिकल रिसर्च का स्लो डाउन हुआ था कंट्री में, तो ऐसी बातें हो रही थी उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम के दौरान कि भाई क्लिनिकल रिसर्च अभी चला जाएगा कंट्री में से, इसको दूसरी कंट्री कैप्चर कर लेगी, चाइना है और दूसरे जो अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज है और वहां चला जाएगा, तो इससे रेवेन्यू में बड़ी दिक्कत आ जाएगी या बड़ी चीजें होगी ये वो। लेकिन फिर भी कंट्री ने फार्मास्यूटिकल फील्ड में एकदम स्टेडीली ग्रो किया है ना। और अभी जो पर्टिकुलर ये ग्लोबलाइजेशन जो मतलब जो दिखा है ना अभी ये पर्टिकुलर लास्ट डिकेड में, कि टॉप की कंपनीज जो है बाहर की टॉप की एमएनसीज उनका कल्चर लेके आ रही है कंट्री में, उनके रेगुलेटरी सेटअप यहाँ कर रही है, तो यहाँ से पूरे वर्ल्ड के उनके रेगुलेटरी डीआरए के जो भी सेटअप है वो यहाँ से हो रहे हैं। तो बहुत सारी पॉजिटिव चीजें हो रही है। इवन उसके बाद तो क्लिनिकल रिसर्च फार्माकोविजिलेंस की फील्ड भी ग्रो कर गई, और अभी रिसेंटली जैसे गवर्नमेंट ने रेयर डिसीज के ऊपर भी सब्सिडीज और ये सारी चीजें प्रोवाइड करी है। तो इंडस्ट्रीज को यहाँ पर एक अलग फ्यूचर दिख रहा है, और इंडियन फार्मास्यूटिकल जो डोमेस्टिक कंपनीज है ये भी अभी रिसर्च में काफी एंगेज है, बहुत सारी प्रोडक्ट्स पे पाइपलाइन में है जो काम चल रहा है। तो यू नेवर नो कि भाई अभी आगे चल के अगर कोई मार्केट में अच्छी प्रोडक्ट आ जाती है तो एक प्रोडक्ट से भी बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस हो जाएगा। तो डेफिनेटली देखो ईयर बाय ईयर में मेरा ऐसा मानना है, जो आपका क्वेश्चन है कि वो ग्रो करते जा रहा है। ठीक जी,
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Okay, sir. Thank you for your time, and I think really you have taken really sir time out of your busy schedule. I know how busy your platform is, sir. So once again, on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I'm thankful to Rajesh sir, CEO, Pharmatutor, and I personally advise each and every audience to subscribe the Pharmatutor email subscription every day. 10 a.m. in the morning, you'll get a email job alert, city-wise, experience-wise, and the industry-wise. So it's definitely one of the biggest platform in the world, I would say. So thank you, Rajesh sir, for coming on our platform. And
thank you very much,
also, sir. We will call you
honor.
or have your services. It is always a pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Saurabh sir, for giving opportunity. Thank you.